it's time to cover a few little tidbits that we didn't cover in previous episodes. So this is a yarny extra, if you like. Depending on where you live in the world, depends on what name we give to our yarn weights. With yarn weights comes recommended hook sizes. Please note, when it comes to hook sizes, they are recommended only. They are not set in stone. Recommended purely as that's what will help you get the best results from your yarn. Now let's take a look. Using the standard weight system, a 0 or lace weight is a 1 ply in the UK, 2 ply in Australia, and lace weight or thread in the US. It's recommended is a hook of 1.5 to a 2.5 or a B hook. A 1 or a super fine in the UK is known as a 2 or 3 ply, in Australia a 3 ply, and US is baby, fingering or suck weight. The recommended hook is a 2.75 to a 3.25 or a C to D hook. A 2 or a fine in the UK is a 4 ply, Australia 5 ply, and US is sport weight. Recommended hook a 3.25 to a 3.75 millimetre or a D to an F. A 3 or a light is a DK or double knit in the UK, 8 ply in Australia, and a DK or a light worsted in the US. 3.75 to a 4.5 millimetre or a 5 or a G is recommended. 4 or medium is an Aran in the UK, a 10 ply in Australia, worsted in the US. A 5 to a 5.5 or a HI is the recommended hook. 5 or bulky is a chunky in the UK, a 12 ply in Australia, bulky in the US, and a 6 to an 8 millimetre hook, which is a J, K or L. 6 or super bulky is a super chunky in the UK, 14 ply in the land of Australia, a super bulky or extra bulky in the US, and 9 to a 10, which is an M or an N hook, is the recommended. Now, who says that a yarn project has to be expensive? Recycle an old jumper or a blanket. Just unpick, cake up and reuse. Or even head to a charity shop and find some cheap knitwear to do the same. Knots. Here and there during your fibrous time, you may come across a knot. The best thing to do with these knots is to cut it out while you still have enough yarn to do so. Treat it as you would do if you were changing yarn. Just never crochet over them. Of course, yarn isn't the only thing you can set your hook to. Head to a DIY shop or a garden centre and open up your imagination. If it can be formed into long strips, you can crochet with it. String or twine, fabric or cloth from t-shirts or old sheets, wire, plastic bags, ribbon, raffia, paper, cassette tape or videotape. Let your imagination loose and save yourself some money in the process. Now, go forth and create. Go on, be gone. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.